How's it going, everyone? Justin Crumley here with the Cujo Productions channel. Welcome to another video on my channel. This has been on my mind for a little bit, maybe a couple weeks. Not a super long time, but long enough for me to kind of sit on it and make a video about it. And it's about the New England Patriots quarterback situation, because every Patriots fan in the world seems to have an opinion on this, so I thought I would throw mine in. So, and also, Andy Dalton signing a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Dallas Cowboys. I want to start it off by saying this. The fact that he signed that contract tells me that the Patriots, I honestly don't think they ever talked to him or they ever had any interest. And, I haven't really read any reports, any recent reports saying otherwise, but, there were so many people convinced that he was going to be a Patriot. I never really put much thought into it. I never really thought it would happen. I didn't get too crazy and talk about the idea of him as a Patriot because I never thought it would happen. But the fact that he signed a 1-year, $3 million deal to be Dak Prescott's, backup, that just tells me the Patriots, I don't even think they bothered to call his agent, or they even made an offer, or were even the least bit interested. So, the other two names I hear a lot are Cam Newton and Aaron Rodgers. So, now the Aaron Rodgers one is to a way lesser extent, but I want to talk about Cam Newton first. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's not going to happen. It's just not. We don't have too much cap space. I think we have $1, $2, maybe $3 million. I have no idea. We are incredibly strapped for cap space. At least last time I heard. I'm not up to date with all that, and I don't know how that's looking post draft. So it's not gonna happen. Cam Newton's not gonna. I don't see him taking any kind of offer that we could realistically afford to make to him. Because think about it like this. The guy is a former NFL MVP. He's not going to take a massive pay cut like Andy Dalton did for even New England. And look, even if he did, I don't know if I don't know if he would work. It's not his talent. The talent is there. It's, would him and Belichick be able to mesh? And I just don't know if they would. Their personalities are incredibly different, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even sure. What I'm basically saying is, even if we could afford Cam Newton, it might just not be a good fit. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'd even want Cam Newton. I think I'd pass, because the guy just isn't what he once was. I don't think. He's incredibly injury prone. It's very difficult to, for me to sit here and confidently say, yeah, let's offer him a contract to be our starting quarterback. I just don't trust that he'll be able to finish the season. So, it's a huge gamble. And just one that I personally wouldn't be willing to take. Now let's move on to the Aaron Rodgers one. Now, as I said about Cam Newton, it's more or less to a lesser, it's a way lesser extent. I've only heard this like briefly mentioned, like some analysts are saying like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is very unhappy with Green Bay, and Brett Favre even said, well, I think he's going to finish his career outside of Green Bay. So then everyone started pairing Aaron Rodgers with New England. And even the YouTube channel, Total Pro Sports, made a video on a hypothetical trade, which I'm not going to get into, but what do I think of all this? To be honest with you, I think it's absolute bullshit. There is just no way I see this happening. Number one, I don't think we'd be able to afford to take his contract. Now, again, I'm not really familiar with how that whole thing would work, but I know Green Bay is paying him a decent amount of money. I don't know the exact details of his current contract, but again, I don't know if we could afford to take it on. I'm pretty sure we couldn't. So, it's almost out of the question. But, realistically, if it was a trade, there would obviously be a package deal. So, even in that case, I still wouldn't do it because I just don't think this is going to work. It would work. It wouldn't work. And much like the issue with Cam Newton and Bill Belichick's personalities clashing, I think Aaron Rodgers and Bill Belichick's personalities would clash. We've heard all the stories from former Packer players that have said, Aaron Rodgers not a good leader, doesn't have good leadership skills, he's not a good presence in the locker room. And if that's all true, I don't think Belichick would really want that. And Belichick has shown this before. He doesn't give a damn how talented you are. If your attitude is going to get in the way and it's going to become a problem in the locker room, then your ass is gone. So, I just don't see it happening. And I really don't think it... I'm not sure it would really work. I'd like it to. And look, I'm not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers. I think he's an incredibly talented quarterback who... his work kind of speaks for itself. And, if he wound up in New England, would I be excited? Probably, to a certain extent. I would still be a little skeptical. I'd still sit here and probably tell you, I hope this works. I hope this doesn't end up becoming another Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy thing. But we'll see. But as it stands, guys, it's just not going to happen. And I'm not going to take it any further than that. So now I want to get to kind of the meat of the conversation, and that is Jarrett Stidham. I've seen a lot of Patriot fans really coming down hard on this guy and just absolutely burying this kid before he's even really had a chance to prove himself, at least at the NFL level. Now, he wasn't the greatest quarterback coming out of college, wasn't, nothing special, but Guys, neither was Brady. Now, I'm not saying Jarrett Stidham, oh, he's going to be the next Brady, but you can't judge every player based on what they did in college. Because there are diamonds in the rough, and, there are plenty of busts. Now, with Jarrett Stidham, I'm actually pretty excited. And I think this guy's got some talent. I think he's got really good accuracy. He can extend plays with his legs. He's got good mobility. I kind of just said that, but he's got a good arm. Very high football IQ. The Patriots are also incredibly big on him. Belichick has given him nothing but praise, saying he's definitely feels like he's ready. He's good to go. He's had a year under Brady. He's taken a few snaps. Most of the snaps in the NFL that he's taken were in the preseason. He's taken a few snaps in the NFL, and unfortunately, the one he's most famous for is throwing a pick six to Jamal Adams in a game that really didn't matter. They had already kind of had it won. So, but I think for Patriot fans to absolutely just start dogging this guy before he's even really had any fair shake at the game, to me, it's just unfair. And honestly, it's just downright shitty. Now, look, if I'm wrong and Jarrett Stidham doesn't have the greatest year, he ends up turning into kind of a lackluster quarterback, then I'll come on here and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. Maybe we do need to look at getting another quarterback. I don't know. But honestly, guys, I think the right thing to do for the Patriots would be to just roll with Jarrett Stidham for the year, see how it goes, see how far they go. Now, I will say this. The standard I'm going to hold New England to, and really mostly on Jarrett Stidham, is I want them to either win the AFC East again or win a playoff game. And I want Jarrett Stidham to actually turn in a pretty decent year. Now, it all comes down to how they use him in the scheme, because I have heard that there's a possibility that our scheme is going to be a lot different, that we're going to run more of a hard-nosed kind of football, like kind of ground and pound like Tennessee or Baltimore. But I don't know. We'll see. I feel like the fact that we drafted a couple of tight ends in the draft this past draft kind of tells me that we're definitely probably going to look to expand, maybe go to the passing game a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. But I think in a nutshell, you just kind of got to roll the dice with Jarrett Stidham and really just see where we're at in a year. So that's about all I have to say about this whole thing. But now I want to turn things over to you guys. What do you think about Patriots quarterback situation? Do you think they should roll the dice with Jarrett Stidham? Or do you think they should have took somebody in the draft? Or do you think they should make a trade for a quarterback? Or they should sign Cam Newton? Whatever your thoughts are, throw them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching or just listening, whatever the case. I really do appreciate it. Um, anyway, guys, until next time, I'm Dustin Crumley, and this is Cujo Productions saying, Go Pats.